He is a star. Don't worry about that. Big night for you, Caleb. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, a little bit nervous, but no, excited.
I don't think you need to be, and I'll tell you why.
Why,
Because
Jim?
you're a star and you're in the side anyway. But many years ago, Fat, when I was the president of North, Big John O'Brown dog rang me.
When he said, hello, Jim.
He said, Jimmy, and I need to sit on your table. And I said, why is that? Because I could see about 3 or 4 Brisbane Lions were in the All-Australian squad. He goes, they only fly the boys in the side down. There's no one else. So he came and sat on the North Melbourne table. So I think my man here is pretty safe.
Where
he bloody should be too. Congratulations on your season. You've had a great year.
Thank you. Yeah, it's well, seeing the squad, seeing 3 of our midfielders in there is pretty exciting. Having Andy and Youngie in the squad, and then to have Clarkie and Lukey in there as well. It's good recognition for those individuals, but it's also a bit disappointing that we're done this time of year.
Bloody oath. Youngie broke his leg, did he, last game?
Yeah, a little fracture. So he got kicked and it went dead. He had a dead leg for the last quarter, and then he got a scan and little crack in there. So he would have been out anyway for a few weeks.
He's a good player.
Bloody
isn't
oath
he?
he is.
Yes, very good.
So
And
Teach me to kick.
I had an on-air stoush
yeah.
with Fat over here because I said a disappointing finish for Fremantle, no doubt about
Well,
that.
it was.
Losing your last 4. Shut up.
2 at
I'm
home.
talking to Caleb.
Oh, were you looking at me?
You were over there for the Geelong game, weren't you?
I was over there.
He
Drank the
was.
city dry.
Oh, we did. We had a crack at
Not on his
someone's-
own either.
No, I'm about to say he goes
Crystal
elsewhere.
Club.
There it is. He knows all about it. Everyone knows about it. But for that final month, not having Darcy, not having Pearce, and not having my man Dick Tracy,
yes.
makes it very hard. If you take Jeremy Cameron, if you take Tommy Stewart,
Yeah.
and if you take who's your bloody ruckman?
Reece Stanley.
Reece Stanley. If you take them out of Geelong, it's a very different side. So that didn't help you.
It didn't. And yeah, it's JT on Big Tracy. He's had an incredible year, and his development over the last 12 months has been incredible. Not just footy wise, but his leadership's gone through the roof. So he's been awesome. But massive out those 3, and I think we don't talk about it internally because you kind of think about next man up. You want that squad mentality, all that stuff, which is exactly the mindset we had. And but it does have an impact. And Alex is our captain as well. And so it's a big impact, but we own our part of it. And to be honest, like we thought we had a real crack. The Essendon game probably we didn't play the way we wanted to start that run, but then the last 3 games against 3 top 4 opposition, and we created our opportunities in those games. But in the end, the moments that mattered, we didn't stand up, and that's a sign of a young group that wasn't quite ready for those moments. And we're going to go to work on that in the pre-season. Everyone in the exit meetings the last couple of days spoke about how we need to scenario train. We need to train that more so that these young leaders and young people that are going through can own those moments and be better in them.
Tell us about Dick Tracy. Good country boy.
Yep.
Just love the way he goes about it. Tell us something we don't know.
Well, he's been off the. He loves a beer, JT, but he's been off the beer, off the piss all year.
Oh no.
So that's
a good sign.
No, it's not.
That's why he's had his best year.
Not sure about that.
So he had his first few the other day, and it rocked him a little bit. So
The big kahuna.
the
Yeah,
big
from Kahuna, and he'd be off a farm there. So yes.
Yep, dairy farmers out there.
Yeah.
So, no, great family. This family always a big part of the footy club. That's something that we try and drive. Parents, brothers, everything. His younger brothers, Mitch is down here playing footy and kicking heaps of snags down in Melbourne as well. So it runs in the family.
Big hands.
Big hands.
Thick. They're huge hands.
You know what that means.
Big gloves. Yeah, that'd be it, Bill. Well, he's not the only one. I know Andrew Brayshaw doesn't drink once the season starts.
Yep.
I think it's bloody too hard, isn't it, nowadays? For
It is, and some guys are built different. So your Lukey Ryans, they're built different. They can do it. But,
Good.
some of us softies can't hack it and back it up on Monday and go to training. So
Does Sean Darcy, he looks like he has a drink, does he? What's
he
do?
when he goes, he goes. he has a crack, but he's also been good. He understands what position he's in and how we need him out there more often. So he's ready to get to work, and he is. He's a really hard worker. So now it's just putting it all together.
Well, another country boy, by the way. You're a country boy. They've picked up some country boys, haven't they?
Yeah, I think Andy might be one of the only city boys.
Yeah.
I think there was part of it was a few city guys might have left in the past, so they obviously country lads bit tougher.
Yeah, exactly.
Brought up a bit tougher. Than
More loyal.
Fifey.
P5.
Lake Grace.
P5.
Wheat Belt.
Yes, exactly.
So tell us about living in Fremantle or in Perth
Yes.
and being part of these 2 clubs, because I don't think people understand from Melbourne. just what a fishbowl it is in WA. Footy is a religion in that part of the world. And Fremantle, of course, with enormous footy heritage, East and South Fremantle in the waffle for 100 years. How does it work for you when you're so recognisable and everywhere you go, everyone loves footy?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's kind of all I have known since getting drafted, and obviously grew up over in Victoria, and you kind of see how much footy's loved over here, but it's kind of spread out over your 10 teams.
10 teams, yep.
So I was actually speaking to Jye Amiss about it recently, and he was talking about how when he was at Hawthorn, it was kind of something pretty big had to happen for him to end up in the paper, whereas every day in the West, it's a page on Freo and a page on West Coast. So they've got to write something. So there's got to be something in there, whether it's true or not true. Something's in the paper. So
chokers.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
what do you think of the makeup I had on the front?
No, I didn't like the makeup.
Yeah.
I don't like clowns.
Don't like to be scared?
No, I'm scared.
No, scared of clowns.
I am.
I 100%
I hate
is.
clowns. What are you scared of, Caleb?
Sharks. That's why I don't go in the ocean.
Oh, there's plenty over your way.
That's why
I don't
don't
blame you either. All right, Caleb Serong, All-Australian 23 and 24. We speak to him next. Well, speaking of that, and speaking of my nephews, have you seen Andrew, or as soon as the season finished, has he gone straight to the golf course?
I was saying before, we were at the pub the other day, and everyone was there, and then Andy wasn't. Where is this bloke? And
he's
out
brayshaw.
shooting 24 points and finishing last in the comp.
So there you go. He's finished last in the comp. Addicted to golf,
But
all of
he
them.
can't leave the boys at the pub and go and play
Well,
golf.
he would have been there when your main session happened.
Yeah, he doesn't miss. He doesn't when push comes to shove, Andy's got bells and whistles on ready to go.
But Fat, they're all addicted to it.
Well, they're good
They
courses
play
over there.
all
Royal
day,
Fremantle,
every
there's
day.
about nearly 15
Are you
of
a
the boys.
golfer?
I'm not. Andy's been trying to get me into it for a little
Boy,
bit.
You don't have to be.
Yeah, I just my days off, I can't really be stuffed getting out in the course.
What do you do on your day off?
I'm very boring. I go have a sauna, get a massage, do a bit of Lego at the moment, actually, Bill. I'm doing a bit of Lego.
Lego. As the blocks.
There's blocks Lego.
That's what Lego is.
Oh, well, but I thought kids did Lego, Jim.
I'm still,
Haven't you
I'm still a
watched
kid at
Hamish's
heart.
show?
Oh, yeah, but that's a silly show. But Lego. So what are you building at the minute?
I started a couple of months ago. It's getting a bit weird, but Batcave. I got the Batcave, the big 4,000 piece Batcave. So that took me a couple of weeks to get through, and now I've got the Avengers Tower. So it'll sound like I'm not a huge nerd. I don't love Marvel and all that, but it's I got the biggest one that I could find that was going to take me the longest to do, and it's very mindful and use it as a form of meditation.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
2
hours.
You got to follow strictly the instructions, or can you go off?
No.
I need the instructions, follow it to a T. And
You'd need your own room too, wouldn't you, to have your
I
Lego
think
room?
I'm going to need one. So I'm getting kicked out of the lounge room.
Yeah.
Chloe's not happy
exactly.
about it. Yeah, bit of mess.
Now, Warrigal, you get back at all?
I haven't been back in a little bit, to be honest, but it's when we come for a weekend, it's good. Mum and Dad come down to Melbourne and kind of see them, and my brother Jye lives down here, so catch up with him down here. But haven't been back to Warrigal for a little bit, but always try and get back in the off season at some stage.
Who's the most famous person from Warrigal?
Bob Murphy?
Oh, he will try and tell you it's him.
Hutchie would tell you.
Oh,
it's
the
him.
supercar
Yeah,
driver? No
Hutchie.
chance.
Who do you reckon?
The Mackay twins are from there as well.
Oh,
so,
righto.
but yeah, Bob Murphy, I reckon he's probably got the most runs on the board.
Now, the Brownlow medal. Smokey, Jim.
Yes, no
Smokey
doubt about
over
it.
here,
No
old
doubt about
Smokey
it.
Serong. Don't worry about that. Do you think about that at all, or no? It's just...
Not really. I was on the Triple M show in Perth every week, the morning show with Zave, and Zave would like to tell me every single week that he had money on me from before the year, so he was putting pressure on there. So I'd hear something every week about how I went, if I had any votes or anything. But to be honest, not putting a whole heap of thought into it. I don't think I'll get any in the last 2 weeks. So I think Cripps and Dacos will poll well there and finish off strong.
Dean Vickerman's from Warrigal, the coach of Melbourne
of-
United.
Yeah.
Kaji Greaves is from
Oh,
Warrigal.
the superstar from
Yes,
Geelong.
It's heaps.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Hutchie?
Geelong, we said Hutchie,
Hutchie, yeah.
he's way down on that bloody list. We said, speaking of Geelong, your girl is a Geelong girl?
Yep. Geelong girl. So met her at school at Geelong Grammar. Great school out there. Better than Geelong College.
No, it's not.
It is far better.
I don't know about the postcode.
I don't know about the fees.
Cryo. And the fees,
We
yeah,
both
yes.
had kids that went to Geelong Grammar, Caleb, and my goodness.
Cuffy.
More
Jeez, Cuffy, my sons were. Oh, God.
Cuffy.
Do they ease some money out of your hip pocket?
And she's from a place called Moorabool. which is not a place.
Nah, it's got nothing there. There's just farms out there. So no general store, no pub for you, Bill. So
I know, there's nothing
What's the
there.
pub on the left as you're driving to? So we've got a place at Port Fairy, Caleb. So I go down that way all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And as you're heading towards Colac on the double lane, there's one high up on the left.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Bloody
I always look at it and
Mount-
wonder if anyone ever goes in there. Near the Mount Dunedin Winery.
Yeah, it's near the Mount Dunedin.
What's
It's
that thing up
called
on the
someone.
more people would go there than the Cremorne, wouldn't they?
Thousands more people. So you're
Oh,
staying
no.
over the weekend after tonight, obviously?
It's got to watch
stay
Jumping
stay
Jye.
for a few days. Yeah, go watch Jye, Box Hill. They've got a final. I think it's against Williamstown Saturday. So haven't seen him play in a couple of years. So it'd be nice to kind of go down there and watch him play and see him play down back. And
He's
hopefully go
tall
right.
too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's tall. A bit tall. Both my brothers have got me covered. So
Wouldn't
You
you?
know what,
still
Fat?
belled him.
We spoke to Finchy about this earlier. So Fat's doing his prep for this interview, Caleb.
Exactly.
And this is what he's doing. He reads like this: brilliant junior cricketer. He'd be too small. And I said, Fat. Sachin Tendulkar's arguably the best modern batsman in the game. He was tiny.
Yep.
Ricky Ponting is tiny.
Yep.
Brian Lara is tiny.
Yeah.
And Sir Donald Bradman was tiny. So size got nothing to do
Were
with it.
you a brilliant cricketer?
Brilliance. Yeah. I'll tell you I was brilliant, but if you ask anyone else that watched me, probably not. But it was I was a battler. I'd sit in first slip sledging a fair bit.
Were you a batter?
A little bit of both. I was too. I'd get too bored if I didn't do both. So I'd take the new ball, bowl some like
Nibblers.
Vernon Philander areas.
Oh,
Little skidder, just a little bit of cutters, off cutter, leg cutter, take your pick, and then I'd bat 4 or 5.
You know what's happened here, Jim? I reckon they've got them mixed up. I reckon this is Finchy's, a brilliant junior cricketer. 167 games. Do you play 167 games of cricket? No.
I don't know.
I reckon we've got them mixed up here.
Probably from juniors, probably.
Yeah.
What's the same
Would've.
batting averages?
35,
Yeah, probably about right.
Most runs for Australia's T20.
204 wickets with the ball,
Yeah.
and an average of
Vernon
14.
Philander areas.
And your best is 6 for 1.
Yep, that's true. That's me.
Oh, no, we've got you. Sorry.
That's him.
Wow.
Down
6
at
for 1.
Bunyip one day.
Bunyip.
Bunyip.
You now have at Geelong Grammar a similar sized wizard with the willow.
Oh.
Ollie Peake.
Peak.
Goes right.
Clinton
doesn't
Peake's
Yeah.
young bloke.
Yeah.
He can play.
He went right in the Australian side last year as
Bloody
well.
oath he
Yeah,
did.
I'm following that. He's a good GGS boy, so
He is.
look after him.
No doubt about that.
Now, Freo, we've got to fire up next
Go on
year because you've got a good squad.
What do
very
we
good.
need to work on? What do I need to take up to
Well, you got some early picks. So what are you thinking? I reckon the midfield's pretty good now because Youngie's in there. I like Youngie and you and little Mekong,
Matt Johnson coming through.
Matt Johnson. So the midfield's all right. We've got to find someone down back.
Mm.
So 3 early picks. Or who would you like to see come over and play for you, Caleb?
I see you setting me up for something.
No,
there,
no,
but,
no. Anyone
oh,
from
well,
Richmond?
To be
or-
honest, there's more and more people that keep popping up that might ask for trade, might not have requested a trade. So, to be honest, like if we can get any talent through the doors, and especially experienced talent, I think that's where our list is at.
Shea Bolton?
Yeah, he'd be go right. I'd
you'd
like
like
to see him in Freo colours next year. That'd be nice.
Righto.
But all those guys that have kind of been mentioned would be all very handy. And I think we're at a point now where we can get really specific with what we want to target. We've got a lot of young talent in the door. We've got a lot of young talent that's committed for a long time to the footy club, which is really exciting. But now we've got 3 first-round picks, which is great work from David Walls and the crew in there. And now they can get really specific with what we want.
Son of Robbie.
Yes. So that forward connection piece, because obviously watching Andrew, I see a lot of Freo. I like so much of what you do. But just forward of the centre circles, that connection piece inside 50 would be, I imagine, in all the exit meetings, something they'd focus on pretty strongly.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you look at us last year compared to this year, it's taken a massive step forward, especially that it helps with JT, Jye, Luke Jackson down there, kind of all taking a step up and performing really well. But it's got to go another step. Like we're creating a lot of opportunities and we're just not making the most of them at the moment. And part of that's sometimes decision making down there, but sometimes that's execution as well. So we'll go to work on that over the off season for sure.
Well, Fat, we did comments. They weren't special.
No,
comments
just comments.
on
I heard a few of these.
a Fremantle game, and
Oh,
he had
no.
a look at Jye Amiss,
Yeah, guys.
and he said his eyes aren't right. They're a bit.
How do you say Neil Neil Erasmus.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people get that name mixed up. Erasmus. Taz.
What did
Erasmus
you
and
notice
Taz's.
about Jye's eyes?
Oh, they were a bit. I think the word was bongy, and I'm so very sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that because he's.
We spoke about it in the 4 Wars. So don't talk to Bill anymore.
No, I
He's,
know.
he's dogging the boys.
No,
He's-
because I
he's-
like the kid, but he's always got like hay fever or something.
I think he does have a condition of some sort.
Right.
It's a reason for it.
Yeah,
but-
thanks, Bill, for pointing that
Yeah.
out. The whole of Australia.
What's the condition? Conjunctivitis.
There you go. Could easily be that.
I think the rabbits get that. Hey, you've played against these teams and players. Who wins the Brownlow? One player.
Paddy Cripps.
Paddy Cripps. Righto. And who wins it overall? The premiership. One team.
Oh, thank you, Bill. Normally isn't one team. They
Oh,
don't share it.
No, because they go, oh, they'll win it, and then they could win it. No, they've been very good, and they're good. Yeah, shit,
think-
they could win.
I think the best team in at the moment is the Dogs. The way they're playing, but they're also out of the top 4, so it's going to be tough for them to kind of get through. But if picking the best team, I reckon the Dogs are at the moment.
Wow.
There you go.
See? Told you. Good question, Bill.
That's called Dorothy Dix.
Who's your pick? Who's your money on?
The Cats. I think they can win
Oh, can you
it.
believe
I think they can win it. Your
that-
second favourite club?
Geelong. Hawthorn.
Oh,
only because my brother plays
yeah,
there.
because
On
he's
that very predictable note,
200 centimetres.
Fat saying cats.
Caleb's 110.
We're going to let Caleb put his dinner suit on.
Yes, good luck tonight.
Or do you wear the jacket you already have and then get a second one?
No, I didn't get told to bring it, so might not need it.
Oh, no, I think you will have a jacket on by the end of the night. We're very proud of how you've gone, mate. You're a bloody star.
Yes, good
Great
boy.
season. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very
Caleb
much, guys.
Serong from the Freo Footy Club on the Rush Hour. By the way, if you want to get along to Movember Hemisphere Talent Agency's Golf Day, just make sure you go to Eventbrite Movember Golf Day and see players like Caleb Serong and Jessica Cameron. Hit them up at the Royal Melbourne Golf Club.